Hello everyone, good morning. So today we'll be seeing some UI elements, okay, and two of them we'll be seeing. So first we'll see the multi-select list, okay. So multi-select list first. Let's first understand what is this control, okay. So in this controls we'll be able to select multiple values, okay. Like previously before this control, how we used to implement is we used to still you'll see in many of the sites where you'll see multiple check boxes. Let's say that you're applying for a job applications, and then in that you have an option to select your skills, okay. So a single person can have multiple skills. So let's say that he knows Java, he knows Pega, he knows the database, okay. So we have to select multiple, okay. So to avoid the checkbox things, okay, now we have a multi-select control. This is also not new, but yeah, previously, like if I say 2 3 years back, this was not there, or before that, okay. So now we can configure this one. So let's see, I'll show you from the beginning how we can configure, but just before going to like configurations, I'll just show you the demo. So how you can see this UI gallery, so you can navigate it to configure. So if you want to learn any UI elements, you can go here. So configure, click on configure, go to user interface, and then go to gallery, and then UI element. So if you follow these navigations, then you'll land up with this page, and here you can see that, okay, Pega have given all the importance like controls, and with this you can learn, okay. So if I click here, we can see here. So here we have a two type of search options. We can search with contents, and we can search with the stats with, okay. So this we can see how we can configure, okay. So let's say if I click this one also, I'll get in the drop down. So see, if when I'm selecting, I can select multiple, okay. See, and when I'm selecting that, then list is going away. I mean that I we cannot like get that list again. So if I just click like remove, then if I select, then we'll get that list, okay. So that is how it works. So let's see how we can configure. So here I'll do the same thing. So I have created a data types for skills, so basically, and I've created just a basic case type, apply job. So in this skills, what I'm doing, okay, I have created a records with the skills ID and name. So I'll be showing this in a drop down as a multi skills, and we'll be able to select multiple values, okay. So multiple values, yeah, or multiple skills. So let's see how we can do it, okay. So first we have a what we will do, we'll configure an UI. So I'll just quickly go here, and then basically we'll have a create section. So I'll just submit it. Anyway, this is already there, okay. When I ran this, when I created a case, so I'll just create a case and show you that we don't have, okay. So here if I come to apply jobs, we don't have. So let's open these sections and try to configure it, okay. So what I'll do, I'll using live UI, I open these sections, and I'll remove this descriptions and label, or maybe I'll remove descriptions, keep that label, okay. So to how we can add that, so mostly we are using this one second. So remove this one. So in picker we'll find that, okay. So click on add, okay. If you're not using full section editor, then in template versions we'll find in a picker, okay. In picker we can see we have the multi selects options, okay. Let's see in full sections editor, like let's see if you're working in 7.x, or if you're not working in template designs, in which options you'll find it. So let's wait and see. So here again, here also we have the picker, and picker only will find, okay. But we will not be using that full configurations. We'll just refresh and we'll go back to the template one again. Yeah, so I'll remove quickly, and then here picker, okay. So I'll select multi select list. Now let's see how we can do it, okay. So so the first thing is that we have to display the source, okay, from where the source will come, okay. So for that only I have created a skill list, okay, and I have a data page, d underscore skill list, okay. So once I'll run, this will give me all the skill list from the table, okay. So let me run and show you. So on the px result, so I got 5 because I had added 5, and I have those 5 skill list. So here you can see that, yeah, we have the out of the box property as well. We can remove that, or we can keep it. This is coming from the report definition. So we have a skill ID, a skill name, fine, okay. So now we have to display that in that list, okay. So how we can do it, so here we have the property, okay. So first we here it's asking for the source, okay. So we learned that how we can add it. So we can add it from the pickers, and then we have to select this one to edit this. And the first thing we have to do is that configure the source from where that list will come. So in general tab, if you come down, we have that list or source. So we have few options: data page, clipboard page, and report definitions. So we will be using data page, okay. So I'll just select d underscore skill list, id underscore skill list. Okay, now it is asking, okay, in which property we want to set. Okay, so here skill name we want to display, okay, and then skill name only we want to set. Skill name only we want to set. Okay, but it's not coming. We'll see how we can resolve that. Okay, now this is a multi-select list, so that means when we select, okay, multiple data will get stored. Okay, so for that only we need to create a property here which will be a type of page list. Okay, so that it takes that list value. Okay, so what we will do, we'll create a skill list property. So this is one of the important things, a skill list property, because usually what happens if you're a beginner, you will create a single value type property like a py label and a refer, and then it will not work on the UI, because here it's a list, right? So if it is a list, then you need to have a page list, okay, which can get more values, like it will append, keep an like appending, and like let's say if I'm selecting Pega, Java, and then English, let's say these are the three skills I have, so then it will append and it should have three. So now I'll create a page list, okay, and I can create in my work class. Okay, that's fine, and then we'll give that same. So what is the page list class? So here will page list class will be the same skill list class, because we are trying to store the skills only. So I'll just copy that class, data skills, and give it here. Fine. Now here again we'll come back to our sections, okay, and skill list. So we can refresh. Now we have that skill list property, so we can just refer that property, skill list dot skill is not defined. Oh, sorry. So this sections is there in worker class, so we can save as this sections in our class. Okay, because from the configurations we have not clicked on configure view, that is where it's still there in the work class. So I'll just save as this sections also in our work class. So these sections and all, it doesn't matter for you definitely, because you'll have your own sections and all those things. Okay, so don't worry about these things where that sections is there. Now if I'll say dot, then skill list I got it, and then here skill name, and this side also we have a skill name. So now it is coming because I have referred this skill list, and the skill list class is that same data class skill. Okay, so that is where it's coming. Now here you can see that use for search. Yes, we want to use skill name for search. Okay, and let's say we want to set that skill ID also whenever we are doing, then you can do it like this. Okay, that skill name it will display, but it will set the skill name also, but you don't want to use for search, so you can just skip it. So what it will do, whenever you are selecting Pega, it will add the skill name and then as well as the skill ID as well on this page list. Okay, so we'll see how it is looking on the clipboard, but we don't want to use for search, because definitely who will remember the ID? Okay, and we want to set the value. Do you want to show? Okay, so for now let's see, we'll say select show. Okay, so that also we can do. Okay, you can remove also. So we'll just submit and test it, and few more configurations is there. Okay, highlight, match, and then match string. Okay, that you want to highlight that. Okay, how you match the string. So few other options is there, so that you can try. Okay, so let me submit and show you. So now I'll create another case, or I can just simply refresh this case as well. Let me show you. Click on go. Okay, so here we can see that a skill list is coming, and we can see that all things is there: Pega, Java, Angular database, and then this ID is also showing. Okay, because why it is showing? Because we have selected dash to show. Okay, if you want to avoid that also we can do. Okay, so here why it's not showing? Sorry, not this one. Yeah, this section. So if you see here, we have highlighted to show, so we can avoid it. We should avoid this one. Okay, because we don't need it. Okay, we don't want users to see this one, so we can just highlight, and then you can also, we have few more configurations: result displayed maximum, how many results we want to display, search characters, like how many characters with this, like let's say if I'm giving 2 characters only, then it will start searching. If I'm giving 3 characters, so minimum characters you can define that how much minimum characters, then only it will go and search, it will start the search. If I'm not giving, then it will, maybe it will start from the beginning only, match a string of start of a string, so you want to search with the contents or with the start. Okay, so that also you can configure. So let me submit again, and then we'll see if we are getting the ID or not. So come here, refresh the cache again. So here we'll see now it's not coming. So you can see that I'll select few, okay, and then show you how it will look on the clipboard. Okay, so let me create a case. Okay, we don't have to save things, nothing is defined in this case. So what we can do, we'll simply go to our clipboard page and we'll see how it is looking. So inside the py work page, we'll see the skill list property, see, and then we selected 3. So on each we can see that skill id and skill name is there, skill id and skill name is there, see. So that is how it works. Okay, so 1 or 2 important things which I'll mention here is that you'll face issue. Okay, that let's say, let me create a case and I'll show you those issues. Okay, usually like basically for validation, so here we are selecting from the drop down and we have given an input, like say here you can see that, oh sorry, I created another case, apply job. So the issue will come is that here you have given as a text input. So let's say I'm just typing, instead of Pega, I'm just like Pega system. Okay, so then what it will happen? Okay, so you'll try to create the case. So it's not stopping, but what it will happen? Okay, will not get the skills because we just typed it. So in the skill list, see, it is a blank. So this is one of the kind of a demerit of this multi-select list. Okay, that you can it's not for only for multi-selects, it's the same for auto complete as well, because we are giving an input free text, like user can type it, and if the data is not matching from that list, okay, from the drop down, then the problem will happen. Okay, so for that what we can do, okay, either we can ask business to select always from the drop down, but we cannot stop. So then you need to put extra validations, you need to compare that what user has inputted, okay, that is matching from that the source list. Okay, so that you need to do. So okay, and even if you're typing like PEG in caps, so that also can be a problem. So I'll type PEGA, okay, and it's not matching. So if I'll create, okay, it won't come in this list. See, I'll show you. So inside the py workpage skill list. Okay, so for that what you need to do, okay, either on change of this one or on submit, you need to have a validations. Okay, it all depends like how your business is asking. If your business is not ready, if your business is okay, like they're saying okay, no, users can input and then submit it, then you need to have the validations and need to make sure that from this list, okay, whatever they're inputting from this list, okay, skill list, the value should match whatever they're inputting. Okay, and also you'll face this issue that let's say if they're entering skill list as a PEGA, okay, so you need to find out that ID also and then put the validations, because eventually like we have to validate the ID, right? So that like basically you need to do some extra work if you want to have a validations when user is saying okay, no, you cannot select from that list somewhere. Yeah, so here you have an options, okay, allow free from input. So if you're thinking no, that more problems can occur, then you can simply avoid like this one, okay, uncheck this option. So it all depends on your business ask, okay, you can allow freeform input or not. Okay, so if I uncheck this one, then we cannot like enter, so we are kind of forcing users to select. Okay, so that will become like a drop down. So in drop down, what is the difference between drop down and autocomplete or multi select? Here in autocomplete we are giving an options to type. So here see, now I can't see, even if I'm typing, okay, it's not trying to search the result, or like it's not like working, even though I have like unchecked this option. So I have tried in past also, and this things is still not working. Okay, so that is where you need to have your own validations. Okay, hopefully these things will work in future, but currently it's not working. So you can see in your front only I remove these options, but Pega is giving these options, but maybe it's not working. Allow freeform input. Okay, so yeah, we have unchecked this one, but still we are able to input that. So just that is one important thing. So let's recap again what we did to configure multi-selects. Okay, so simple things we did is that we created a skill list data page, and then in a sections from the pickers we selected multi-selects, and then added that as a source, that is skill list property. And then the important things is that in a property we created a page list property, okay, of the same skill class. Okay, and then here we are saying that okay, I want to search with a skill name, but I just want to set the skill id, so that like a skill id can be used for our other logics. A skill name cannot be used because it's like free text. And then we have few more other options, how many results we want to display, or with the how many characters we want to start the search. So if you see, currently it's just starting with the p. Okay, but you can limit your you can limit that. Okay, no, like if your text is big, then you can just say that okay, at least with the 3 characters, when I'm entering 3 characters, then only go and start searching. So those kind of a configurations we can do. So that is for the skill list. Okay, and then let's just see that autocomplete one. Let's add that autocomplete as well. So again we'll go to picker. Okay, so let me delete this one. So in picker only we'll find that options. So in picker we'll go quickly and select autocomplete. So now the configurations will be more or less similar to multi-select. So in multi-selects we were selecting multiple value, here we'll select single value. So again we'll come and configure in source. So we already have the data page, so we'll just configure our d underscore skill list. So here we'll configure in that property, we can just again say select search, and then in set we can say that skill id. Okay, and this time, okay, if you want to set, then we have to give a property name. Okay, and this property this property will work class. Okay, so here you can give any property. Okay, then what it will happen, here you can give any, because eventually we just want to display this value skill name. Okay, and here in a skill id we want to set. Okay, or you can create 2 property. Okay, however you want to do that. Okay, or if you have a page like a skills page, in that one you want to set a skills name and a skill id from here. So basically what property you want to set. So definitely when I'm selecting a skill, any skill, you want to set the skill id. Okay, so for now I'll simply go ahead and create a 2 single value attribute. Okay, so here I'll say skill name, but this property does it, this property will hold the skill name, but eventually what we need, okay, skill id. So let me create 2 more property, skill name and skill id, and I'll show you on the clipboard, and then we'll create a skill id as well. So you are getting it, the difference is there we were using page list, but here we are using single valued. Okay, because we will be selecting only one. Okay, so here now I can say skill id. Okay, that whenever I'm selecting any skills, so that skills will get set to this one. Okay, and we can set the id in this one. You can ask a question that why I cannot set directly this skill id to this one. Okay, to this property. If you do that, what will happen? Okay, in that UI this skill id will show. Okay, and user won't be able to see anything. Okay, they'll not even understand, because let's say for Pega we have id1, so what users will understand? So that is where we need to display the name. And then again the validations issue will come here also. Okay, if anyone is typing, so you need to handle it, or see how you can do it. And then display best weights and few other options is there, categorize search results. So those kind of things is there, you can explore. And also we have the here that it's there, that application we shared. So that options I'll just quickly show. I think it was not there for that multi select list. Okay, but here we have. Okay, if you want to, let's say, hide it. Okay, how many characters we want to show. Quickly I'll select that. So here if d underscore skill list, let me configure that again, skill name and then skill. So this is one extra options here in autocomplete, is that if you want to see here that how many weights or some other things you want, if you want to hide it completely, you can make 0, or show validation message read only, few other options is there, and then what type of format you want to do. So few other things is also there. Okay, so that you can configure based on your requirement. Use for search, again we don't want to search from the skills id, we don't want to search. Okay, so just configure, and then see the highlight match string. So those kind of minimum and max results are still there. So most of the configuration is same. So let's see, I added it. Now I'll create a case and I'll show you, or just I'll refresh the same case. So we'll see what is the difference between like select and then autocomplete here. So in a skill list, what we can say, we can select multiple, right? And in this one, in autocomplete, we can select only one. See, the Pega is coming, so we can select one. We cannot select more. Okay. Here also, as I was saying, that issue will come that if someone is typing and then just moving, okay, because that is not in list, and definitely you don't want anything to be entered. You want, like, let's say you are displaying 5 skills: Pega, Java, Angular, and database and AWS. Someone is coming in just putting test and move on, but that's not a valid skill. So that you need to be valid. You need to validate, or otherwise that you need to select an options to allow to, and like do not allow to freeform this one, but still this is not working. Allow freeform input. So now let me submit and we'll see the clipboard how it is looking. Create a cache. Okay, so if you see on the clipboard, so see why I'm every time seeing clipboard, because you need to understand, as a beginners you need to understand it always, okay, how you can see the clipboard page, okay, where your data is there, so that if you have to put that logic, okay, after selections on from the UI, you'll be able to do it. So in PY workpage, you can see that we have the skill list. On a skill list, we have that skill list 2, 1 and 2. So it's skill ID, and then that skill name is there, and similar things for that there. Now for the autocomplete one, we will see the value somewhere on that here, PY workpage only. See, skill ID is there, and somewhere we should see that skill name as well. Skill name, skill ID is there, and skill name, it is not set, but ideally it should do. Let me see that. Okay, see the configurations, autocomplete, and then here we are saying, yeah, we are saying set value, so it should set. Oh, we have not given that property, that is why it didn't set. Okay, so here now what it will do, a skill name it will set here, and then skill ID to this property. Okay, and why we are doing, because this is not much important, but yes, if you want to show this in read only, then value should be there, the name value should be there. Okay, for that only you have to use. So let me create another cache and show you. Okay, now this time it will come, apply job, and then we'll select a skill list, let's say Pega, and we'll select AWS. So see, when I'm typing one word only, then only it's coming, because we have not configured that after how many words we want to search. Okay, and then in a skill list, okay, we'll select Java. So let me create and show you the clipboard. So we'll come again to PY workpage, and this time first we'll see here. So skill name, see, skill name is there and the skill ID is there, and then also we have this one. So you're getting the difference. When we are selecting one, then it's coming directly on the PY workpage or whatever the page reference or property reference we are giving. But when we are selecting, when we are using multi-select, then multiple values coming, and then inside that we have the same skill ID and skill name. So that is how we can configure autocomplete, and at the validations part which I told you, okay, you'll face that issue, so you need to handle it explicitly, either on change, on change, or you have to do on submit. Okay. So this is it for today's sessions, a quick sessions on the UI element, and this we use a lot on the UI. So if you're a beginner, then definitely you must try these two things. Okay, because once you'll be going to real projects, or if you're working on a project, you'll definitely get these two controls. So thank you very much. Have a good day.